Welcome to the wild side of snooker. Today, we're diving into the 13 craziest moments when snooker players pushed the boundaries and went too far. From shocking outbursts to unbelievable rage moments, these instances will leave you praying that you never get on the bad side of a snooker player. Wait until you see number 5. That one truly rattled me. So let's dive right on in. Starting off strong with Tony Drago at number 13. In a nail-biting finish, Tony Drago, trailing 41-65, showed his skills with the brilliant snooker on the blue, closing the gap to 46-65. He continued his comeback with the safety behind the pink, bringing the score to 52-65. With the free ball in play, Drago had a chance to clear the table, but missed the crucial pink, leading him to concede the match to McManus. However, Drago realized his premature concession too late. Despite being only 13 points behind, he chose not to retract to be fair to McManus. The match ended, but Drago's frustration was put on display as he repeatedly beat himself on the head for his error. While Drago's frustration comes out a bit violently, Ronnie has a much more dramatic response at number 12. In a shocking moment at the 2006 World Championship, Ronnie O'Sullivan stunned fans by abruptly walking out of his match against Stephen Hendry. Trailing 4-1 in frames, O'Sullivan unexpectedly conceded, shaking hands with Hendry and the referee before exiting the arena. Don't believe me? Take a look.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 24.
Talking about the incident in 2020, O'Sullivan admitted, "I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to be there and just wanted to get out."
Me when
No, that was other problems. No, I can't blame that on that. I was struggling with stuff.
Both his walkout and the outburst from the player at number 11 show the intense pressure faced by snooker players. Mark Allen found himself in a heated moment during a match against Thailand's Minswin Fetmilkel. With a score of 62-11 in the 6th frame, Allen missed an easy black shot, which led to an explosive outburst. In frustration, he threw a red ball across the table and stormed out, conceding the frame despite having a chance to win. The match was tied 3-3 at that point. However, Allen managed to regain his composure and secure a 5-4 victory thanks to a brilliant break of 100 in the final frame, earning him a place in the last 64. Although Mark was able to redeem himself, the player at number 10 wasn't so lucky. In the World Snooker Championship semifinals, Luca Bressel's frustration was fueled after trailing 6-3 behind Si Juhoi. The Belgian player, who had previously defeated Ronnie O'Sullivan, was left in a tricky snooker by Si's fluke. After failing to escape and conceding the frame, Bressel angrily hit the cue ball, sending it flying off the table.
Foul. In fact,
and the frag.
Luca.
This outburst earned him a warning and a talk from the match official. While Luca's outburst was purely emotional, Ronnie outraged everyone with a petty, calculated move at number 9. In the 2016 Welsh Open, on the verge of a 147 break, Ronnie inquired about the prize money.
Asked the referee what the high break prize is or the maximum prize is,
and learned it was only £10,000, a significant drop from the past £147,000. In protest, O'Sullivan stopped at 104 points, deliberately potting the pink instead of the black, drawing boos from the audience.
No, he's not taking the pink, surely.
Barry Hearn, the snooker boss, criticized O'Sullivan for being disrespectful to the spectators, especially those hoping to witness a maximum break. O'Sullivan defended his decision, arguing that a 147 should feel special and the prize didn't reflect its value. Obviously, every player wants things their way. Ronnie wanted more money, but Mark at number 8 just wanted a little quiet. At the Masters, Mark Selby experienced a moment of frustration during his match against Robert Milkins. Despite leading with a comfortable 3-0 and performing 5 breaks over 50, including a century, Selby was thrown off by a sudden clattering noise from the crowd. This disturbance occurred as he was taking a shot, causing him to miss and react by angrily swiping his cue in the air.
Well, there was noise there.
While this outrageous moment still makes sense to us, this next one at number 7 is just pettiness at its absolute finest. In a highly anticipated match at the World Championship, Hossein Vafe seemed to lose his composure against Ronnie O'Sullivan with a reckless break in the second frame, recreating memories from a past incident where O'Sullivan did the same. Check out his aggressive break. The tension between the two had been building since a German Masters qualifier in 2021, where Vafe won 5-0 and criticized O'Sullivan's behavior. So far, we were merely looking at players losing their cool. Now, let's take a look at some moments where players went as far as cheating, like at number 6 right here. After losing to Steve Davis in the 2010 World Championship, John Higgins and his former manager, Pat Mooney, traveled to Ukraine supposedly to organize snooker events. However, they were secretly filmed discussing the possibility of fixing frames for money. Higgins denied any wrongdoing, claiming he was playing along due to fear for his safety. Although serious charges of match fixing were dropped, Higgins was suspended for 6 months and fined for failing to report the meeting and giving the impression that he might breach betting rules. The scandal even led to heckling during the 2011 World Championship.
Please be removed. Run out, please.
Well, a somewhat unsavoury circumstance here, whereby somebody is shouting things at John Higgins, which really...
Despite this, Higgins won the title that year and reached the final in 2017. John Higgins' scandal may have shocked the snooker world, but nothing can keep Ronnie from making it to the list multiple times. Let's take a look at his antics that took me by surprise at number 5. In the 1996 World Championship, Ronnie O'Sullivan, leading 9-2, played with his opposite hand during the 11th frame. Check out him taking the mickey, according to commentator John Virgo. Opponent Alain Robidoux was not amused and continued the frame even after falling behind 75-22, extending it by 8 minutes to make his point. He criticized O'Sullivan's showboating, saying it was inappropriate for a professional match, and left without shaking hands.
If he wants to do something like that, he's got to do it in the exhibition, not in a match, a professional match. You know, when you do an exhibition, you're allowed to do that, but when you're playing a professional match, you shouldn't do that.
Just like Alain's frustration got the better of him, the player at number 4 also let his anger get in his way. During the 2002 Embassy World Championship, Jimmy White's frustration got the better of him. Trailing 6-2 against Matthew Stevens, White lost his temper after missing an easy shot. In a moment of anger, he struck the cue ball hard, causing it to collide with the black and both balls to fly off the table. The next day, White issued an apology, stating, "I would like to apologize for my reaction. It was due to sheer frustration and was completely out of character." Unfortunately, his performance didn't improve, and he was defeated 13-3 by Stevens, who advanced to the quarterfinals. Moving on to our top 3 moments. In this next one, Mark Allen went a bit too far, stepping into what some might even label as racism. At the 2012 World Championships, Mark Allen's first-round defeat to Xiao Yupeng, ranked 83rd, was a major upset. During the match, Allen accused Xiao of failing to declare a foul, which stirred controversy. The video was inconclusive, but commentators suggested a foul occurred. Allen criticized this as disgusting and made a general accusation against Chinese players, which sparked further debate.
For the Chinese players, there's been a few instances in the past that no fouls and blatant cheating really going on. Needs to be corrected, because he's a good enough player, he doesn't have to do that.
Allen's season continued to be troubled as he criticized changes to the UK Championship format and made negative remarks about Hainan, where the World Open was held. These comments resulted in multiple fines for Allen. It looks like racism isn't the only trait common in many snooker players, as we witness here at number 2. The 2005 World Championship match between Peter Ebdon and Ronnie O'Sullivan is known for its slow play. Ebden's approach, taking 3 minutes for a shot and over 5 minutes for a 12-point break, led to debates about shot clocks and accusations of slow play as a form of cheating. The match divided fans, with some appreciating Ebden's play to come back from 8-2 to win 13-11, while others criticized his slow pace. Columnist Matthew Said even accused Ebden of cheating. And now, for the moment you and I have both been waiting for, our #1 craziest instance of snooker players going too far. Of course, who would grace this list as #1 other than Ronnie? After achieving 7 straight half-century breaks, Ronnie openly criticized the emerging talent in snooker, calling many of them no better than decent amateurs. He remarked on the lack of skill in the lower ranks, joking that he'd have to lose an arm and a leg to drop out of the top 50. He also implied that the only reason he and others remain high in the rankings is due to the poor quality of play among the upcoming players.
As coming through, they're not that good really, do you know what I mean? And most of them are like, you know, wouldn't even make, they'd probably do well as half decent amateurs, do you know what I'm saying? Well, not even amateurs, I mean, they're so bad that, you know, a lot of them that you see now, you just think, I've probably got to lose an arm and a leg to sort of fall outside the top 50, do you know what I mean?
These were the 13 craziest moments when snooker players went too far. If you enjoyed these moments, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video for more amazing snooker moments. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.